Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Writing Through Depression with Sajia Smiley. If you're just joining us, welcome. Thank you so much. Please do not forget to hit the like and the subscribe button below this. Really quickly, let me introduce myself. My name is Sajia Smiley. I am a self-published author of the Empowered series. Durable Book 1 came out in April 2019. Unfortunately, right after I went through a really bad state of depression for a whole year before I was able to get some help, and which equals going to therapy. And I thought it would be important, especially as a Black woman living in America and a Caribbean woman living in America, to share those tips with you and my journey with you, as well as how it translated to enhancing my writing. Today, I'm going to talk to you about writing depression and scent, and how a certain scent can trigger your depression, or a certain scent can make you happy. So, like I said to you last week, I had just finished, talking to my therapist about how music meant a lot to me, especially after writing it down, and really exploring how much music can affect my mood. So this week we started talking about, or rather, the next time we spoke, we started talking about other things that could affect my mood. And especially with COVID-19 going on, I was telling her about how I hated walking into stores these days. Not that I was a big fan of walking into stores before, because I am such an online girl. I want to order everything online and get it delivered to my door, which COVID-19 kind of just made that worse, right? But unfortunately, I like to eat fish, and I have to go to the store to go get fresh fish. So I walked into the store, especially during COVID-19, and the smell of disinfectants was overwhelming. And it triggered me. I was so angry after going to the store. And then when I got home, I was more than angry. I started to get depressed again, and I couldn't understand why. I mean, I just kind of brushed it off. It didn't occur to me that the scent that I was smelling had triggered something for me. So I was talking to my therapist that week, and we got into, I was explaining to her something, how I got triggered. And we kind of walked back through everything I had did that day. And it turns out that the reason I had been triggered was because of sense of disinfectant. Why? Well, the last time, or I shouldn't say the last time, but the memory that is strongly associated for me with disinfectant is when I was in the hospital checking to see that my miscarriage had been completed. Now, if you were with me for the last couple of episodes, you know that was part of the reason that I had become depressed, because I hadn't dealt with some regrets and my grief when it came to losing my baby. So the last time, not the last time, but the strongest memory for me with disinfectant was laying in the doctor's office with with the doctor, searching to make sure there was no heartbeat, and then searching my cervix to make sure that everything had passed completely. And a lot of things go through your mind. I went through my mind, I guess, and in that moment, I didn't realize that I had imprinted that specific sense with that memory, until my therapist pointed it out for me, right? And it's such an easy thing to dismiss. You smell so many things a day. You smell flowers, you smell a person's perfume. For me, I have cats, so I'm constantly smelling cats, which is funny because I have a terrible, terrible, terrible sense of smell. Terrible, especially living in Houston. My allergies are terrible, and I'm also slightly allergic to my cats, and I have 4 of them. So I barely ever smell anything, right? So overwhelming scents tend to stick with me. So I guess when I smelled the when I went into that store and smelled the disinfectant, it just didn't occur to me that I was smelling disinfectant, or it didn't occur to me that this is a scent that really bothered me. It was, again, I dismissed it. Silly, but we all do it. We go through life smelling so many things that it's just to really focus in on one and really understand what goes through your mind when you focus in on one scent particular it's absurd. No one ever really does it. That being said, my therapist challenged me. She said to me, okay, Smiley, here's what you need to do. You need to figure out how, not how, but necessarily what scent triggers you and what kind of trigger are they? Are they a bad trigger? Are they good triggers? So I kind of went through this period where I was just trying different things, which, oh God, you have no idea how stressful that was for me. Like I said, I have a poor sense of smell. So anything that I have to smell, I have to first off vacuum my carpets ridiculously, spray it down, open the windows, air it out, bathe my cats, make sure that they're not giving anything off. Kind of basically put all the litter boxes in one room and close that room with the cats in there, and run the air purifier throughout the house. I mean, it is a whole production for me to really smell anything. But I did it. I decided I was going to do it one weekend. I wanted to get to the bottom of how scent affected me, really. So I did it one weekend, sat down, bought a bunch of candles. I'm looking, can't even find a candle right now. But I bought a bunch of candles just to kind of see how I reacted to them. What I found was that certain candles would trigger certain memories for me. For example, if I smelled cake, there's this one that smells like vanilla cake, and it actually said vanilla cake on it, which I was puzzled by, like, who has scent with vanilla cake? But hey, whatever. I love the scent. I love that scent. And as it turns out, the reason why was because my grandmother was a baker. She loved to bake. She bakes all my birthday cakes, except for my Sweet 16, I think. But she bakes all my birthday cakes for me. She baked for every Christmas, every Thanksgiving. She was a baker. And smelling that scent made me feel homey, a little, homey, maybe a little bit homesick, but I felt so warm and comforted and so at peace with myself, right? And the opposite direction, I found out that I was not a fan of tangerines, which is weird because I eat a lot of tangerines, but I don't like the sense of it. And I have no idea why. We never did figure out why I don't like the sense of tangerines. I think it's because something to do with Jamaica, but I haven't been to Jamaica in years, and God knows those memories are probably buried very, very deep, right? But that being said, like I said, I went through a bunch of candles, trying to see what scent triggered me, and then what scent relaxed me. So like I said, the vanilla cake one didn't really relax me more as it made me feel happy. But then I found a berry smoothie. Again, these names. But berry smoothie, I found really relaxed me and emptied my mind and really put me in a state of creativity, right? It was definitely kind of like a gateway for me. I found that, and I owned so many of these ones, I'm not gonna lie. Once I found it, I bought a bunch. I found that it really relaxed me and put my mind at ease and made me feel good, and my creative juices started flowing. And that's kind of how I realized that I would start writing with that scent. And so I did. I went in, closed my door, and that's pretty much how I write from time to time, especially if I'm trying very hard and can't get anything. I light my candle. Once again, I don't know if this is gonna work for you. I recommend you try it though. Talk to your therapist if you're going to therapy. Even if you're not ready to take that step, absolutely try this tip and let me know how it works out for you. Did you enjoy this exercise or did it not work at all? Let me know. Leave a comment below. Until a couple days from now, I will see you guys and I'll tell you how this experiment actually enhanced my writing. Bye guys.